it's not yet too cold to sit outside, and it's the time of day seeing the sun collide.
Okay, my name's Ewan Howard and I'm the chair of the Wester Hailes Health Agency.
Your face.
Each of these social history walks have been taking place over, on and off, over 5 years. And what we have this year, again funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council, is a fortnight of festivities called Community Connections. So this very day we have the Poetry in Motion big walk with Colin Barty reading several of his poems along the route from days when he was a community activist in Wester Hailes.
The other side of Festival City that tourists don't see, and there's the Edinburgh's fine with its chips and steeple, but the heart of the city is in its people.
Hello, my name's Colin Barty and I'm a poet. Much of my original poetic inspiration came and started when I lived in Wester Hailes some 30 years ago. At that time when I was in Wester Hailes, I was known as the Wester Hailes poet or the Wester Hailes bard, and I'm really looking forward to returning after some 30 years to read these poems and to do the Poetry in Motion and actually go and walk and be in the sites that inspired that poetical work. It might be a bit like Robert Burns, although I'm not comparing myself to Robert Burns, going back to Ayrshire and reading I Fond Kiss and Afton Water and the places where they actually were inspired.
Stones, there the shepherd sat alone. Murrayburn has disappeared, bramble reeds have all been cleared. Westburn by the railway line.
For today's Poetry in Motion walk, we've selected a circular route around the town centre. That includes quite a few very interesting parts of Wester Hailes past and present. So we start off at the Healthy Living Centre and we walk along what used to be known as Wester Hailes Drive and has been renamed Harvester's Way. So we walk along there, there's a lot of new housing being built there. It used to be the Park and Drive high-rise blocks, and then we walk down the Greenway pedestrian route down as far as where the Hailesland complex used to be, and that is well known all the way back to 1983 when it was used as a feature with a documentary on Channel 4 called The Huts, and unfortunately they were demolished last year, so it's just derelict land, but the history of that patch of land is very important. From there we walk across the Murrayburn Bridge, which is fairly iconic in terms of an image that's been taken of it and used in a variety of ways, one being a social history blog that's run by Prospect Community Housing and called From There to Here. So we cross that, then we walk along the route of the canal, and the canal itself was filled in Wester Hailes when Wester Hailes was built in the late 60s, early 70s. So the section of canal through Wester Hailes, most people weren't aware of it at all until it was reopened at the end of the last millennium as one of the Millennium Commission projects. We also originally had an idea of putting up 9 totem poles around the area, again with QR codes that you would scan with your mobile phone, providing further information. It didn't take long to realise that 9 was probably a bit too ambitious, so we concentrated on 1. And so down by the canal next to the shopping centre we have the world's first digital totem pole, and that's been attracting a lot of attention. What we'll probably do is put up one more totem pole next to the new Healthy Living Centre, and a little in-joke that we have here is that means that Wester Hailes will be one of the few housing estates in the world with a North Pole and a South Pole. From Totem Pole we'll walk across to the West Side Plaza that was redeveloped in 1996, and there's a standing stone there that was moved from its original position in front of the shopping centre, which was built in 1974. So we'll be another poem, have to hear another poem at the standing stone.
After we put the Sentinel to bed on a Friday, we used to meet up at Whispers and basically do a pub crawl, sit and then end up back in the bar. So this is about that event. It's called Odyssey Around Our Bars. This is an odyssey around our bars. By closing time you'll be seeing stars. We'll meet at 7 in the Whispers Lounge. If you haven't a light you can always scrounge. To be broke these days is really no crime. 3 pints, 2 nips and a vodka and lime.
The Hales Hotel, you can live as a lodger. Further down the road is the Artful Dodger, a pub where you can stay and drink all day. Ladbrokes the bookies, just across the way. You bet your life you'll have a good time. 3 pints, 2 nips and a vodka and lime. Yeah, special moment in the walk, I'll be reading a poem called One of the Boys, which is for Coogie, for Stuart Miller, young guy who used to work with me in the garden. And the Hales as hard as nails, drinking heavy, that's his berry. Never paid the political levy. And when we finished the garden, we used to go out for a pint before we went home, and sometimes shifted into 2 or 3 pints. We went home a little bit worse for the wear.
Cold water that doesn't hold you back at all from taking over this world.
Yeah, having gone through this experience and being slightly in trepidation at first of going back and trying to recreate these, I feel it's been inspirational and hope-giving that other things like this can happen. And I just got to thank Wester Hales Arts and the Healthy Living Centre for allowing me to do this, and I'm sure and I hope as a result of this there'll be many more such events, not just in Wester Hales but in Craigmillar and Dundee and Aberdeen and all over the place as a result of this.